For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. Vadim Chernobrov, no mysticism. Only science. Vadim Chernobrov visited Krasnodar Krai multiple times with expeditions. He was a guest at the KN editorial office and gave interviews to our newspaper. Today we publish some of the most interesting excerpts. Extraterrestrial naturalists. Where in Kuban are UFOs most often observed? If you plot a map of UFO sighting frequency without filtering the reports, you will clearly see that so-called UFOs most often appear over large cities, resorts, and places where people commonly hold phones or cameras, namely Krasnodar and all Kuban resorts. This idea is common among beginner ufologists, sensational TV programs, and tabloids. They immediately conclude there were so many sightings in Krasnodar Krai. Aliens must be interested in Kuban. What attracts them? Maybe wheat, sunflower, or pretty southern girls, he laughs. In reality, UFOs do not seek out resorts, megacities, or crowded areas. The most active locations in Kuban, or even in Russia, are the most sparsely populated regions, the mountainous and some steppe areas, especially near the Rostov region. Who sees UFOs most often? Astronauts or mountaineers? Astronauts, yes. In fact, many cosmonauts periodically join our expeditions. Grechko, Leonov, Lonchakov. Astronauts were the founders of Kosmopoisk. Sevastyanov, Beregovoy, and Grechko helped create the organization. But that doesn't mean anyone can't see a UFO. Shepherds, hunters, mushroom pickers, tourists, anyone far from large cities, frequently witness unidentified flying objects. What do UFOs want from us, and why haven't they contacted us directly? I believe they are neither good nor evil, just different and decidedly more advanced. They don't want to enslave or destroy us. If they did, they would have done so already. Our defenses are insignificant compared to them. It's like ants trying to attack humans. They observe us, like naturalists studying human ants. So there exists a one-sided contact, advanced civilizations observing less advanced ones. Interaction proceeds under the terms dictated by the more advanced side. That's humiliating? To feel like ants! Whether we like it or not, that's the reality. I don't like being considered insects either. Yet humanity hasn't earned a different role. Turn on the news any day, and the negative flow from around the world is overwhelming. Animals. Either we destroy everything that moves, or we eat it. As a civilization, we aren't mature yet. When we learn to live peacefully and lovingly, then contact may happen. Until then, advanced ET civilizations will continue to observe us objectively, and perhaps publish treatises like Psychology of Wild Earthlings. That's my view. The story of Alshenka from Kishtim is well known. Are such cases frequent? Similar beings have been reported worldwide, but in Russia only one episode. According to the working version, 19 years ago a UFO landed in Kishtim in June. Witnesses reported 4 to 5 such beings, but only one, called Alashenka, was killed. I lean toward that explanation. One died. The others may have survived. A partially documentary-based feature film called Extraterrestrial was made about these events. I consulted with the production. The director altered one letter in the creature's name in the film, but characters were based on real people. There is even a ufologist named Vadim modeled after me. Although fiction, the plot is plausible overall. The ending depicts the UFO abducting the Vadim character. But to be honest, I'd be ready for abduction myself. The story isn't over yet, I hope. Future expeditions uncover more about Alashenka. Beware of icy comets! Do you support the theory of life originating from space? Absolutely. I believe icy comets that periodically fall to Earth bring new microorganisms, triggering epidemics. In 2002, in Russia's Irkutsk region, fragments from the Vitim comet fell. Where they landed, atypical pneumonia cases emerged. The closer to the impact, the stronger the outbreak. The virus entered the water supply. Disease cases surged until the river ice froze again. When the ice melted, a new wave began. To me, the connection is clear. I could cite dozens more. Peru in 2008. Have authorities or the public ever heeded your opinion? For years, I've tried to preserve ancient stone discs discovered around the world, objects resembling classic flying saucers. Photos survive, but the discs often vanish. I hope they end up in museums. In Kemerovo, a disc found at a coal mine was secured. After a month of negotiations, it became part of a museum exhibit, thanks in part to my involvement. On ufology and pseudoscience, how do you categorize ufology? Simply, it's a natural science, because the object studied exists, even if unidentified. Many call me a ufologist. I don't object, but I've never used that title for myself. I prefer researcher of anomalous phenomena or cryptophysicist, a term I coined. And here's the twist. I actually wish ufology didn't exist. Ufology studies unidentified objects. Once identified, the field would vanish. So why romanticize its longevity? I hope we discover the truth, and ufology disappears tomorrow. What about psychics and shows like Battle of the Psychics? There are certainly talented practitioners, and I witnessed some during the earliest seasons when I served as a judge. Some later assisted our expeditions. But extrasensory perception is subtle, not like pressing a button on a computer. Success depends on context, mindset. No psychic can guarantee 100% accuracy. Future prospects teleportation as traffic remedy. What lies ahead for humanity? I'm an optimist by nature, although history isn't linear. There are highs and lows. Today, humanity stands at a crossroads. Major developments are underway in politics, science, and technology. I hope we choose the path of progress. Aren't you worried we might follow an apocalyptic path like Terminator? Military agencies often commission new tech, but there's no inherent contradiction. Advanced weapons don't necessarily mean war. Meanwhile, technologies like teleporters could be used peacefully. For instance, to eliminate traffic jams. Do you think of yourself as a teacher, historian, scientist, or writer? In each situation I play one of those roles and I enjoy it. Curiosity drives me, which isn't bad. I satisfy my own curiosity and that of thousands of readers or viewers curious about unique phenomena. Are you a believer in religion? I follow universal tenets shared across religions. Do not kill, do not steal, etc. Not because of fear of divine punishment, but because it's honest. I hope our civilization matures to act kindly not out of fear but reason. We don't need religion, we need reason. Matches plus batteries survival. Do unexplained cases still surprise you? My stance: mysticism doesn't exist. Only phenomena currently beyond our understanding. What was mystical yesterday becomes commonplace today. What once seemed magical, like a sweet dish that unfurls exotic localas, is now called the Internet. Science is reality, but unexplained cases still abound. My earliest memory from kindergarten: on a sunny day I saw a giant, dark purple cloud disk. We were hurried indoors, but I peered out the window long after. Was it a UFO or tornado? I still don't know, but I think that moment ignited my interest. You've traveled to anomalous zones and faced real danger? Heat, cold, drowning. Why continue risking your life? Fear exists, and so does a healthy sense of danger. That's normal. But I can't stay home. In unpredictable situations, I vow, always bring matches or spare batteries. Most expedition accidents stem from forgetting something essential. I learned that the hard way while walking through taiga. A guide got lost, and we spent the night in freezing wilderness. We survived, but it taught survival very starkly. At what age might you stop expeditions and choose a cozy life? As long as health holds. I'm in my 50s. My family often persuades me to skip another trek, but curiosity drives me. And studies show that only about 7% of people are risk takers whose curiosity drives breakthroughs. I hope I'm among them. Do you have time for hobbies beyond expeditions? Fewer trips in winter leave time for culture. I love visiting art exhibitions, especially fine art. I illustrate my own books and admire contemporary realist painters. About Vadim Chernobrov's KN's reference, born in 1965 in Volgograd Oblast at an Air Force base. He studied aerospace engineering at the Moscow Aviation Institute, MAI. While studying, he founded a small student group researching anomalous phenomena, which later evolved into the Kosmopoisk project. Vadim led dozens of expeditions worldwide and authored over 30 books and encyclopedias. He frequently appeared on television. His son, Andrei, confirmed Vadim's passing in a public post, which generated an outpouring of condolences. In his tribute, Andrei wrote, "I'll forever remember your travel stories I could listen to for hours, your books that transported readers to another world, your sky blue eyes that seemed like the entire universe. You taught me to think more broadly. Thank you. I believe that while memory lives, a person lives, and so you will live forever.